no scramble. On the edge, leaning heat, rising can't beat. Not hard, racing, almost tasting, but we never fly. Holding back, building stacks, reaching for the sky. Living for the climax, trap house, do or die. Hold it close, tension thick, finger on the trigger. Dance on razor's edge, vibe get bigger. Not about to fall, it's the climb, the figure. Feel the burn, twist and turn, no quicker. Ain't about the destination, it's the trip. Holding back, tension slack, don't slip. Quake before the quake, savor every trip. In this house, we edge, steady grip. On the edge, leaning heat, rising can't beat. Not hard, racing, almost tasting, but we never fly. Holding back, building stacks, reaching for the sky. Living for the climax, trap house, do or die. Final stretch, tempers flare, but we hold. Chasing ecstasy, playing cards bold. In the trap. Step into the ring, it's Monday Night Fire. My rhymes burn hotter than a funeral pyre. I'm the heavyweight champ, you can call me sire. Reviewing raw like a southern rap messiah. Crossing over lines like I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin. Flipping opponents like I'm Randy Orton. Dirty South flow, my words they be caustic. Every verse I drop got them head nodding. Spit lyrical punches like a ruthless fighter. Got the crowd hype, I'm the crowd igniter. Breaking down the raw matches, no denier. Dirty style rap, I'm the Monday night supplier.
What is up, window lickers, Grun's friends, my friends, in your household? How are you doing? It is I, the voice, Joshua Joseph, and I'm here for another Monday Night Raw review with my good buddy, good friend, the blue-eyed villain himself, the man of the hour. He is the Grunmeister. How are you doing, Grun? How are you on this Monday night?
Well, it's a Monday, so you can.
Oh, Garfield. Oh, we got Annie already in the chat. What's up, Annie?
But what does Garfield know about Mondays? He doesn't go to work, so no, Garfield, shut up.
Yeah, shut up. John does all the work, and Odie, at least Odie goes outside.
Yeah,
use the facilities.
And at least we love Odie because some dogs are idiots, but you know what? We love dogs.
Oh yeah. My dog, he's a big dummy. Just a big old dummy. He doesn't even, like, right now, my wife is at softball practice with our daughters, and he is outside and will not come back in until she gets here. It's of his own choosing. I have a dog door. He could come in and out as he pleases, but that's what he chooses. So yeah, that's just a freaking just drives me nuts. You know what I mean? Grun?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's Monday and no lasagna. What the
hell?
You know what? I had spaghetti pretty close. It's in the same continent, the same boot. Some Gruns are idiots, but we love. See, already, Doc Fox, you just jumped in with the mud slinging like this is some political event, and me and Grun here are on the opposite sides of the podium talking about taxes, and I don't know what else they talk about. They talk about a lot of things, but who cares what they talk about? We're here. Grun.
We care more about their actions.
Ooh. Now we go. You know what we got right now? We got Grun, the politician. He's here to be here to give you the words, to let you know the actions that he is about to give you. Okay. That's what means something.
Yes.
Right, Grun? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Grun.
No, actions speak louder than words. We all know.
There we go.
We all
Grun 2025. That's what we're thinking here. Everybody get
that might be a bad idea.
No, it's a great idea. I mean, we can fill out a lot of cabinet spots with the people we know. It could be a fun time. Spaghetti has the same. See, that's where I was going. See, where we got a
Has
teammate on
same
our side.
intentions. However, I will say lasagna is better.
And good
It is
evening
odd.
to you. Ow!
Good
I dropped
evening,
my phone.
pods.
Yes, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. And yes, we are fucked if me and Grun are running this country, but we do a good job at running the Monday Night Raw review. But
Yes, we
Grun, before we get into that,
yeah.
all this silliness that we just had, why don't we, take a time, take a moment, and just speak about things that are outside of wrestling? What do you got for me this week, Grun?
Well, not too long ago, the Borderlands movie was really. What is your stance on the delicate nature of kayfabe and its importance that people deserve to? I think we should take the MJF's approach, and that is really try and be more in character when you're in the public eye.
Ah,
Um, Now, WWE definitely is not very strict on it at this moment. There are a lot of times in a lot of interviews where you see heels like Dom and Rhea and whoever. Um, they're on TV. They're on Raw. They're heels or whatever show they're on. They're heels, but they act very much like themselves when they're doing podcasts and interviews. They're not really being heels. We even saw, I think, a more um, when they did the Elimination Chamber show in Australia. Yeah, the clip of Grayson Waller got out where he got really offended over someone calling pro wrestling fake. And it's like I don't think that's how Grayson Waller, the character, would have reacted. So so I think there is something to enjoy with that. I as for its importance, I think the days of it being the most important thing to maintain consistently are gone. I think it's just something that would help with the story building and help some wrestlers get either more heat or more love, depending on how they're supposed to be portrayed on TV.
I like it. This is a very political way to answer that. So, Grun, you did your job. I think the
Thank you.
fans can go to those voting pools and they can have a. Okay, Doc, I swear to God, we will get to yours. But Grun,
Yeah.
let's get into what we were starting. Let's get into
Yes.
that. What subjects you got talking outside of wrestling, Grun? Let's get it going.
Yes. So outside of wrestling, not too long ago, the Borderlands movie, based on the video game series, was released, and I just saw today a generalized opinion of what happened. It bombed.
Yeah.
To be fair, if you've seen video game movies, 1 out of 10 of them do meteorically well.
Yeah, very true.
And Borderlands, if you I've played the games. I played 3 of them, haven't completed all of them, but what I know is that they got fun mechanics, fun game mechanics. They're very good. I think they are very good games, but at the same time, the stories, the characters are very wacky and very um out there. It was very much a game where Gearbox, I believe it was, they had they wanted to go with a wacky idea, and you know what? Like you could definitely say it went over well. There are characters that people hate. People hate Claptrap. He's an annoying little ass. Um, I personally think I do find this a little strange, but yeah, I find myself partial to the psychotic 12-year-old that wants to blow shit up. Like, you know what? That's just
That's
funny to
all in
me.
us.
Like everything like that.
I have that inside me
Yeah.
as a child.
Eh,
That
I mean, like great cast. I
yeah,
think they should have gone with Terry Crews instead of Kevin Hart. I think I think the cast they picked are talented actors. I just don't know if I like it. It's it it's a bunch. It could be a million different things that went wrong with this. It could have been maybe you had great actors and actresses, but they weren't right for some of them weren't right for the specific roles that they
Yeah.
were cast as. And at the same time, like I'm not going to be like, oh, their careers are like no. I think they'll all bounce back. I think they'll all recover from this because terrible. You know what? Yeah, because
Yeah. We were just talking about that.
I remember I can't say that I consistently saw trailers for it. Trailers for it. I know one didn't even know what's. Yeah,
I agree with you.
there are a lot of different. I saw one review say if you're a gamer, you would enjoy it. If you're not a gamer, you wouldn't enjoy it. And I think that's. I don't think that's entirely. I think there are people that are gamers that love the Borderlands. Probably did enjoy
Yeah.
this movie, and it's like you know what? That's awesome.
Very true.
But unfortunately, with this, with when you're making these video game movies, you need to make them enjoyable for everybody.
Yes.
Okay, because if you can't, it hurts. Whereas if we look at Deadpool, I haven't looked at numbers, but from everything I've heard about Deadpool and Wolverine, it went very well. It's been going very well right now. Borderlands is sitting at an audience score of 53%, while Deadpool and Wolverine, how high do you think it is, Josh?
98.
You're actually over 95%.
Oh man.
Okay, but you know what? But that's still like while again not video game movie, Disney has not had great reviews of more recent movies. However, they allowed this movie to be exactly what it was supposed to be, a
Mhm.
funny and it just a great interaction between Wolverine and Deadpool the entire time, and it went well. I think it would have done well if it wasn't rated R because you would because Ryan Reynolds and I think Hugh Jackman would have found a way to make it work.
Okay, I like that answer. I like that answer. Let's stay in this ballpark
Yeah.
because you've just piqued my interest. Okay, so and fans, we want to hear your input on this one because this is outside of wrestling. So this is going to include everybody. Um Here's my thinking though. In this day and age, Deadpool just proved that if a company, a production company, isn't forcing their views, their opinions, and whatever's going to get them the most social cookie points that they possibly can fucking get, the movie does exponentially well. When you cater to the market that has brought you to the dance because of the fandom, and you actually say, "Hey guys, we're going to do a movie for you because of your fandom of this one particular character, this one particular story." When you get all those suits out of the way and you give the people the room to breathe and to create, you get magic. This is correct me if I'm wrong, Grun, but in the past, let's go 4 years, wouldn't this be a one of the first like plus movies for Disney as money coming in? They didn't lose a bit of money on this one.
No, they haven't. The last handful of movies they've made since between I think they made money off of No Way Home. I think they made money off of Multiverse of Madness. But I think in between that and Deadpool and Wolverine, I think it is likely that I do believe that they've lost money on most of those movies.
Yeah. I mean,
Which is it is it was a time when they were trying to get new characters over, but at the same time trying to tell stories in specific ways and trying to um kind of undermine the mainstay characters.
yeah.
And the while I understand that they're trying to create this huge multiverse and prepare us for a big battle with with Doctor Doom, who is going to be portrayed by Robert Downey Jr., which I think that could be really good.
I think
At the
it'll
same
be great.
time, I'm hesitant because look, I've tried to go back and watch Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay.
I can't, and it's because I've realized something that it is literally I only wanted it because of the nostalgia characters, because they brought back um Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2, they brought back Green Goblin, they brought back um Andrew Garfield, Toby Maguire, and like that it was the nostalgia pops that the only thing that I liked about the movie. It is a chore for me to watch it at this point, watch the entire
Hey,
movie at this point. And it's like it sucks, but like there's no other reason why and you need to make people excited about movies. You need people to enjoy the movies.
you are fucking correct. That's how you get people in the seats.
Yeah,
That's how you get those theaters filled. That's how you get the streamings downloaded. That's exactly you're hitting the nail on the head there, Grun. I think we've covered this for a little bit. I really would love to get more into this
yeah,
and go into a deeper thing. But Grun, we have wrestling. We got to
I
get
know.
this. Let's get this
Yeah,
comment here.
just real quick, Docs. Like I'm not saying that No Way Home didn't do well. I am positive that it did do well. I'm saying that it only did well because of the nostalgia that they put into the movie. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it is the worst Spider-Man movie. I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm saying it's not as good as opening weekend when everyone saw it. Because of the nostalgia of it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah, I got I
An
got called
adult.
out by one of your friends.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes words they just fall out of my mouth and
Yeah.
anyways, so Grun, we're back here. We're ready to talk some wrestling. We just had the Lou jump into here. Go check out the Lou and all the things he does. You can follow him on Twitch. He's an amazing streamer. He's a variety streamer with a quirky personality that you'll enjoy. You can always catch
White.
me and Grun in his chats because, well, we fucking love the Lou.
Yeah,
Who
we do.
doesn't love the Lou?
People who
Anyway,
don't know him.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. But get to know him because you'll like it. You can actually make him do funny things on his stream. It's fun, and we fucking love you too, Lou.
Yeah.
Definitely go check out the community. The buddies is a fun place to be, and me and Grun are there. You can catch us anytime. So, Grun, we need to talk some wrestling because that's
Okay.
what House expects of us when
Yeah.
we go live and we put together a show and we're like, hey, we like talking wrestling. So, Grun, let me let's just jump into because I think it does so well when we jump right into your stuff. It kind of gets the
Okay.
conversation going. We're going to jump right into your topic, and ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Actually, hold on. We do have
Oh,
one that we need to. Is Vince more cooked than Grun's chicken? So,
oh yes.
uh,
Here we go.
so for some context, I struggled when I was living on my own. I was struggling with chicken and cooking it all the way through. It was a bit of a newbie at it. Okay, so
Yes,
so
I
we
will
got
say Vince is cooked. He's
yeah,
there's
he's
some here's the
eh,
thing. You Grun, you go ahead first. You go
okay.
ahead. And
I
what
so
Wait, real quick.
yeah,
Sorry, we have a new watcher here. No, it has not started yet. We're about 40 minutes out before Raw starts, and as soon as we go off, that's when Raw starts.
yeah.
All right.
So is Vince? I honestly think it's up in the air. I think it's going to depend on um if it goes to trial or if it goes to civil court. I think it's going to depend on how far Janelle Grant wants to take this. Would she
Very
be
true.
happy with um a lump sum from Vince McMahon, or would she the sure and I don't think that has I think that's something different from the Janelle Grant lawsuit, I believe, isn't that?
Uh,
I
there's
maybe
there's a few things
I
going on that
yeah
has made the Vince story very confusing.
and I think
Um,
that's probably the biggest issue is that it's very confusing as to keeping track of what she implied that that Brock Lesnar was involved.
ah,
Uh,
she settled out of
if she
court.
settled
Yeah,
out of court, yeah, but I couldn't get
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay, all right. So then it is. It's very confusing. There's a lot of information
yeah,
there. There's a lot of accusations made by Janelle Grant. A lot of implications made because she has not come out and said Brock Lesnar, which I don't know why she wouldn't. Which leads me to believe that Brock Lesnar wasn't that the claim against Brock Lesnar may be false or maybe not or not all the information about it has been. She's not revealed all the information about it that might clear Brock Lesnar's supposed name. It it seems like that there's just way too many questions to know for sure whether he's if let's say everything that she is saying is true. He's cooked, he's done,
yeah.
he's
He's
dead
out.
in the water.
Yeah,
Like there's not even a question about that. I'm going to lean towards we're getting some truth, some full truth, some half truth, some not truth. But but I could not begin to tell you what is what. So
yeah,
I think everyone needs to sit back and wait and see what is the outcome, see what is the official outcome, because I don't think there's enough information to make a good educated guess. Do we as WWE as pro wrestling fans who have seen Vince McMahon through the 80s, the 90s, and 2000s, do we find it believable that some or all of these are true? Absolutely. Okay,
100%.
do not sit there thinking, oh no, Vince was like, no, he did
No,
a lot of weird shit on TV.
yeah,
So yeah, we kind of want to know what was too weird for TV for Vince. We
wow.
kind of want to know that.
I don't really want
Wait,
to know.
do we?
No, no, no.
That's you know what? Don't quote me on that. I
Beef
don't.
over
Okay.
Grunmeister steak. I like it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I love where you ended with that. We don't know. We're not in the courtrooms. We're not. We will get the information once it comes out. So we'll just sit back and hopefully, hopefully she gets the justice. If there was, I mean, it appears that there was actual wrongdoing to
Yeah.
her. Um, hopefully she gets the justice that she deserves, and hopefully, if these are accusations are 100% true, Vince, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
you got
No.
to go. All right, Grun, let's get into this. That
Yep.
was a great little talk about something that a lot of podcasts kind of shy away from. They don't even
Yeah.
want to talk about it. They don't even bring these things up. Uh, yes, we will throw that up, Lou. We completely agree with you. Um, but yeah,
Definitely not going to
Grun,
argue it.
yeah, can't argue with it. We'll look like assholes on the internet.
Yeah.
All right, so Grun, I love how we get kicked off with your topics
Okay.
because it does get the conversation flowing. So let's give the people what you want to talk about this week. All
All
right,
right.
so here's Grun's topic: America Made versus the Alpha Academy. Let's see where Grun takes us. Go ahead, Grun.
All right. So we had American Made, which is the team of Julius and Brutus Creed. Don't know if those are their real names. What we do know for sure is that they are real brothers.
That's true.
There's and I believe are Olympic wrestlers. They competed at the
I
Olympics.
believe so.
Yes. like Chad Gable, like Kurt Angle. They have more personality than the last uh Olympic wrestler that they had in WWE, who Gable Stevenson, who was released earlier this year, late last year from his contract because he just was not improving.
Yeah.
But the Creed brothers, they were representing American Made, which was and representing their leader Chad Gable, well, against the Alpha Academy, who used to be the students of Chad Gable, Otis and Akira Tozawa, in a Texas Tornado tag team match.
I like when they
And
do that.
yeah, and you know what? We don't see tornado tag team matches as often as we used to. And you know what? Triple H has been doing a great job of making these matches cool, making specialty matches cool again. And it's
Oh
like
yeah.
it's like that's all we want as fans. And you actually had we actually had a really good back and forth battle between these, because for a while Otis and Akira Tozawa were kind of jokey, even though Otis in his own right is an Olympic wrestler,
Mm-hmm.
and in his own right was a very solid wrestler, very entertaining, very much someone that could be a solid mid card talent, mid card champion. And just when the Alpha Academy have the upper hand and look like they're about to close out the match, Maxine Dupree, who's their manager, their friend, part of the Alpha Academy, gets attacked by Ivy Nile, the real life girlfriend of Julius Creed, and also the official new member of American Made. She is she is called the Pitbull, and she is tiny in height, but she is buff, like almost like a miniature Jordan Grace, as
Yeah.
I would say.
I agree with
Say,
you.
and Ivy Nile has now joined Aren't Dumb, like, yeah. Look, I'm not going to harp too much on the Miracle on 38th Street fight, just because you know what, it's a street fight. I don't care that it's corny, but look, I can enjoy a street fight. I just want them to be more violent. That's
Yeah.
it.
I like it. I mean, if it's a street fight, that's what you expect.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if it's a street fight, I expect them to put, some homeless people in the crowd, having them sleeping. Maybe you bump into them, maybe you fall on a broken bottle, get a couple stitches. That's a
Mm.
street fight. Hey, what am I talking about here? But anyways, I like, you know what, Grun? I'm gonna say this: you are the one who got me actually looking at Alpha Academy and Otis outside of I'm tired of this gimmick. I don't want to watch it anymore. You were actually, very insightful past episodes and past discussions we've had about Otis and his ability in a ring and his what we could see from him coming up. I mean, he's definitely improving. He's holding down. Yes, exactly. There you go, House. House is coming in, chopping up that. And fans, if you love what we do here with the Raw preview, check out House and O'Neill with the Raw deal with House and O'Neill on Wednesday, where they talk the fallout of NXT and Raw. So you get to hear what we want to see, and then you get to hear the actual, like, what happened. So it's not just me and Grun's fictitious land that we live in. But back to what we're talking about here, I really like what you and House are both talking about with these matches, that these specialty matches are actually feeling like they have meaning, like they have a purpose, not that they're just thrown together because, well, we need to get that 18 to 35 demographic. We need to get them watching. And
Yeah.
well, of course they're going to watch. I mean, what was one of the favorites of your specialty matches over the years? I'll go with mine first because I
Okay.
know it right out of the top of my head. It is the New Age Outlaws versus Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack in the dumpster matches when they had those, because there was meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Those guys, Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie, who was played by Terry Funk, wanted those tag team titles. They wanted them, and at that time, really, the New Age Outlaws were actually like top of the list in WWE for tag teams. They were energetic. They were bringing the crowds in. They were fan favorites. They were winning all the time. They had, I mean, people, Road Dogg does his little shuffle and people go nuts, and it's just him doing the crazy leg, you know? So it's like, now that we got these specialty matches being thrown in where they're meaningful like this, and the performers are putting on a hell of a match. It's seeming like almost like WWE can't miss right now. And it's
Oh,
crazy to say it. And Otis is leading the way on this specific storyline.
yeah.
I would, if you would have asked me 2 years ago, I would have told you absolutely not. You would not see Otis leading a group. He's always going to be this mid Carter who is just there. He's going to be the funny guy. He's going to, doing the truffle shuffle. Okay, great. That's great. That has its place in wrestling, but it's time to set aside and let the big boys play. But yeah, I think that we're getting on a stride with these two tag teams. I mean, American Made came in built to wrestle. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, tell me you're not looking at them and thinking championships, just
Oh, yeah.
championships after championships. Otis keeps finding his ways to keep himself relevant, and we talk about that a lot, House. And you can always check us out on the Sunday house parties where you got me, Grun, Ala Khan, House, Hypocrisy Jones, the most dangerous podcaster out there, Paragon, and Annie O'Neill. You can catch anything that we talk about, and this is one thing that we talk about. You have to keep yourself relevant, So I heard a discussion between Big E and The Miz, and
Hmm.
it was directly talking about Kofi Kingston's. He waited 11 years to get a heavyweight championship chance.
Right.
And The Miz is like, well, in those situations, I blame myself. And, Big E's like, wait, what are you talking about? He's like, well, no matter what, you have those 5 seconds on camera. And he's like, that's your time to make an impact, to elevate yourself. And he's like, they tell us that in the performance center. He's like, that. But then again, you can also definitely make a case for Kofi and the time it took him. I mean,
Yeah.
when I was sitting there listening to it and I was just thinking of it in my head, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I'm like, well, there's guys that even didn't get a chance that I would have loved to see have a heavyweight title run. Dean Malenko, tell me if you put the title on him for 2 months, just a short little run, it wouldn't be something impactful. A guy of his stature holding that championship belt, to me, that's like, I mean, fuck Taz. Why did Taz never have the WWE Heavyweight Championship? He proved in a way more strenuous and hardening promotion of ECW that he can carry a title, and people loved him for it. I don't know. Those were things I was thinking of. And I also thought, just directly, that Kofi really didn't get a fair shot in that. It took 11 years, and we were watching him do shit in the Royal Rumble that nobody else has ever done. And it was like, but when he did get that moment and he had it, he had that title, that was amazing. That was a fun time. That was a great. And I think in the future, we might be saying the same thing about Otis.
Maybe. We just might.
I think that there's a potential for a pathway for him to hold a major championship belt in the future. Like, something about what they're doing with him right now is that's just stuck in my
Yeah.
head.
Yeah,
So,
it's clicking really big with fans.
yes. And the fans are like one of the biggest things to get you over. If you can get them behind you and chanting your name and doing whatever it is that you make for your character in that ring, they can get you completely over. He was close when he won the Money in the Bank. Yeah. All right. So Grun, I think that was a fun little discussion. Looks like we got a lurker jumping in with us. One of our favorite people that we know and love and do shows with. There he is. He is Hypocrisy Jones. Hypocrisy Jones, how are you doing, my friend?
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
We're just here talking a little Monday Night Raw like we always do on Mondays.
I feel it. I would be right there with you guys in show like normal at the desk, but I'm doing the dad thing right now, and we got softball practice because softball never stops. Boyce knows about that.
It never stops.
It never.
It wakes me up in the middle of a nice dream of just, you got to run. You got to run. Yes. But anyway,
Yeah.
Daddy Jones. Oh, you got the Lou hyped for you. Hype as always.
What up? What up, Lou? Yo, Lou, you and I got to talk, right? Because we need you in on a house party. We were trying to send you the links yesterday to come in. We need you to jump in on our next house party or a future house party if you are available.
Yes, Jones. I at work I sent him a message. We got some things working in the plans. All right. So we're going to jump right to our next subject here. Jones, if you're ready, I know Grun is. He's always ready for a good discussion. So we're going to jump into it. And since we got Jones with us, I think this is only appropriate. We need to talk about the breakup heard around the world and where we are today. We need to talk about this. So we have Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Seems like that they're going to be forming a faction together. And well, we already know Dom and Liv are in love. And you can take the sewer away from the rat, but you can never take the rat away from the sewer. So here we are. And I know Jones loves this discussion. So we are going to give him the floor. Grun. Let's let Jones he bleaked out on us.
I'm so sorry. My iPhone could not take the utter garbage that was coming out of Boyce's mouth right there. The breakup heard round the world. Heard round the world.
Yeah.
It's more like the kidnappee finally got away from the kidnapper. That Munchausen syndrome or whatever the hell it's called is
Stockholm syndrome.
Off. Both of them.
Wow.
Hey, he was malnourished before, and now he at least gets tendies.
Oh, malnourished. First off, that little chubby 12-year-old almost broke the rope that they were hanging him from up there for his dads to compete for his love. So it was probably a good thing Rhea starved him a little bit.
Look, they write books about Rhea Ripley. You know what those books are? It's the DSM-5.
Jeez.
Oh, God. Jones he's
Mary Mother of God.
Softball will turn people wicked. Let me tell you, because
it's not even that. I just hate good people being brought down, and then everybody's all like, "Oh, look what he did to her! Look what he did!" No, this man is better off. He still has all his friends. He still has his chick. Or he has a better chick, in my opinion. I'm just saying.
Okay.
And has all his wits back with him.
Okay.
Now, if he can just get a deadbeat dad to stay out of the picture, then he'll be perfect in life.
His deadbeat dad. he followed in his deadbeat dad's shoes. So, I guess he wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Better. Oh Lord. you're you're really lighting up the chat here, Jones. So
That's what he does.
What I do.
that's exactly what he does. That's why he's here. That's why we love him. So Grun, let me ask you,
Okay.
are you invested in this story? Is it appealing to you as an average viewer who's out there watching it? I mean, of course, we have the Bloodline story, which is top A list of stories in the WWE. Do you feel that it's taking away from any of the Bloodline, or like, what are your thoughts on this overall story where we are right now in it?
I think if there wasn't, if they weren't trying to keep some sort of brand split, you might have trouble with this Judgment Day storyline taken away from the Bloodline. But because it is strictly Raw, SmackDown, I think we don't need to worry about that. I'm definitely invested in this story. And I can understand why some people might not, because they are going more a little bit more soap opera with
Yeah.
the storyline right now. But at the same time, like, they're still letting Damien and Rhea put their spin on it that is going to keep it interesting to wrestling fans, keep it interesting to people that maybe don't like the over dramatic soap operas, but they like the drama and with violence, with like, you're dead to me. I'm going, and you're not just dead, I'm going to bury you 6 feet deep, dead.
Bam. I like it, Grun. Yeah, I like what you're saying there. I think that it does. I mean, it gives it, yes, it gives it that soap opera type feeling.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I mean, it's centered around a love interest, a heartbreak, a betrayal, all these things that, hit on human emotion. So I
You guys are missing
think
the story.
what was that?
You guys are missing the entire story. This
Here
is
we
the
go.
young man who is coming into adulthood and into manhood. This is the playbook on how to become a man. And y'all are just over your head.
This man first was teaming with his father. This man, when he started his career in WWE, was dead set on becoming the next Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Well,
He was.
He had to team with his father first and foremost because his father couldn't let his son go out there and catch his own glory. He had to go out there and be
because Dom,
anyways, and be like, "This is my kid. Maybe cheer for him, but cheer for me louder because I'm a great person, even though I'm a dead fucking father."
Jones, Dominic Mysterio, chose to be teaming with his father. And if you listened to the interview that Rey Mysterio did with Chris Van Vliet, you would know that he went against his father's advice when he was asking, should I wrestle Seth Rollins? Dominic Mysterio thought it was a good idea for him to wrestle Seth Rollins, if nothing else, to get the experience. And you know what? The match was actually pretty damn good. But was it greatest match of all time, greatest match of his career? No. But to him, it was probably the biggest moment at that point. Because he got in the ring.
Dominic Mysterio would have been the biggest luchador a long time ago had Rey Mysterio not been Ric Flairing out to the ring alongside of him.
Dominic Mysterio is on a journey of finding himself as the greatest wrestler from the Rey Mysterio family, from the Eddie Guerrero family ever.
I don't even know how to talk to you two about this, because at the end of the day, the kid wanted to wrestle. He's getting to wrestle.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, he had a father who had some, maybe some fame to his name, and he brought him in. Made him now he's doing good. I mean, the kid's making his own money now. So what's he gonna do? Stick in the past with Ray? I mean, honestly, if they would have thought it out, they would have had Ray in the mask from Dom's birth. So you could bring in anybody under the mask, and Dom would have never known. He would have had a happy childhood. He would have just been, oh wow, Dad, your body fluctuates every time I see you. You can have a skinny Rey Mysterio, you could have a fat Rey Mysterio. It would be fun and entertaining, and maybe he would have turned out a little different. But right now, the betrayal that he had with his father is what got him over the moon with the fans, because he is the greatest heel alive.
Yeah.
He is about to take the Miz over in heeldom.
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like had Rey Mysterio been a good father, he would have replaced himself and put new fathers out there when he had the perfect timing to do it. And there was a man trying to step up. He tried to overshadow him in a ladder match. And it caused that man heartbreak, and then he passed away way too early.
And that man also caused Dominic trauma by screaming at him in the corner during the match. Dominic talks about that.
That's tough love, and that's more love than Rey Mysterio ever gave.
Oh my God.
Eddie Guerrero was going to slap his would-be son in that match. Now look, I can definitely. If I were my dad raising me, I probably would have slapped myself too.
All right.
Do a bit harder, okay? But you don't do it in the middle of the ring in front of millions of eyes.
Well, I mean, it depends on what type of lesson you're trying to teach them. If it's a big lesson, you might want to do that.
All across the nation. Hey, respect your father.
I'm all for that. That kids need to respect their parents. Like that is a non-negotiable.
All right, guys. All right. We have hit our limit with the Judgment Day fallout. This is going to be a great discussion. I actually think we should have like a debate between you two on Dom and where he's at and what could have been if maybe things were a little different. But we're going to jump right into the next subject. Jones, we're going to give you pick a number between 1 and 2.
7.
Well, that's not one of them. Just pick one.
1.
Okay, so this is the subject we're going to end out on. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to talk Gunther versus Orton and where we are after last Monday night. So I didn't know if I really wanted this match when it was first introduced because of the timing of it. I kind of wanted Randy Orton to maybe do some more things because he's got his 5-year deal re-signed. And I've been saying it multiple shows, not sure how long he's going to be an in-ring performer in the time that we do have him. So I would kind of I wanted his story to maybe do a little different turn. Maybe not so much Gunther right now, maybe Gunther more towards a different PLE, things like that. But after Monday, my whole thought process has changed. I want this. I want to see it. I want to see the brutal violence that both of these guys are going to bring. I want to see. I don't know. I really think Gunther's going to be the winner. He's going to retain. It just makes more sense right now. But I'm wondering, what does that leave with Randy? With Orton, where are we? What is beyond this Gunther? I know we should be focused on what he's got coming up with Gunther, but beyond that, I mean, this is what we do for fun. So I would like to get your guys' thoughts on that. Where we are today with the storyline between him and Orton and Gunther, and then what do we see for Randy Orton after this one? Go ahead. Anyone want to jump in? Jump in.
So I do like the story of Orton and Gunther. I was right there with you. Maybe they hold off on this, but I also understand the timing with the King and Queen of the Ring finale. It does make timing or make sense. Hey, you didn't really pin me to win that crown, so if you won this belt, then maybe we should fight for it. I totally understand that. I also understand the timing in Randy Orton. I understand that I know they just signed that 5-year deal, and we talked about that in the smoke sesh last week. But
Yes.
um, but with that, I still think that there's going to be a lot of other things that he does for the company outside of the ring during those 5 years. Um, so we probably need to get these matches in and out of the way, and so that they are probably the best matches that they could be, because if we wait, we don't know the quality or anything like that.
That
Plus, we
makes
have
sense.
some more matches coming out of Randy Orton, like John Cena. I'm speculating myself for, or at least watching out for. I want to see him tangle maybe with Damian Priest a little bit, with a Seth Rollins, with just different faces. He's been on SmackDown for a while, battling the Bloodline. I know that he's probably going to end up going back to SmackDown after this match with Gunther, because I don't see him beating Gunther, but I do want to see him freshen up with more things. And yeah, next match coming up, definitely John Cena.
I like it. I like where your mind's at with it. Grun, what are your thoughts on the Randy Orton and Gunther saga?
So I'm still not quite sure if I want to see this match. Like, I think I'll enjoy it. I think it'll be a good match. I think it's just a matter of uh giving Drew McIntyre some credit for what he said on Raw last week, which was Randy Orton hasn't tried. It has just been a snake, and we all know he's the Viper. He strikes when he wants. He strikes when he's ready, and he specifically waited until after SummerSlam to see if Gunter won the title, with the hope, I'm guessing, that Gunter would win, just so he can uh, take the title off of Gunter at Bash in Berlin.
Mm.
So I think this is going to be a very good match. I think we are going to see. I think it's going to be a very enjoyable build. As for afterwards, I can see a build for Randy versus Cody at some point down the line. I don't think, maybe it'll be a Bad Blood, maybe. I'm not 100% certain on that. It probably more likely it would happen at Rumble, just because it's a bigger show.
I got you. So let me ask you, do you agree with the Jones that Orton's next challenge, next match could involve John Cena?
I think that is without a shadow of a doubt in the cards, and I believe it is a card we are going to see played at some point. We are definitely going to see one final match between John Cena and Randy Orton. Um, I guess my guess is that it's probably going to be a more like, hey, Randy, John, whoever is cutting the promo, we've gone to war a lot of times. Let's go to war one more time in whatever kind of match. Because I don't know, maybe they'll pick a special stipulation that they've never done before, that they wanted to do but never had the chance. I don't know, but I think we're definitely going to see Cena versus Orton one more time.
I can see it too, especially since we heard Cena. This is his tour, his ending, his
retirement tour.
Yeah, his last chances of seeing him. So, like we said in the smoke sesh, get out there and see him. Jones is a little hurt about it. I've seen him wrestle a few times. I mean, he's not my cup of tea, but I can understand why all the people around me were cheering for him. He put on a hell of a match. I mean, there's not when it comes to in ring and being the worker that he is, there's not a lot of negative things you can say about the dude. He's given up a lot of his body for the one thing that we love and hold so dear, and what brings the In Your House crew together. Speaking of that, my friends, we are coming up to 6 minutes before Raw starts, and you know what the end of the show brings, and that brings promoting each other. So, Hypocrisy Jones, since you jumped in here like the terrorist you are.
First of all, I'm not tall, and my name's not Damien or Rhea.
Whoa!
Here we go.
Wow.
You know what? Just tell the people where they can catch your silliness.
All right, I guess. Hey, yo, people out there. My name is Hypocrisy Jones. This thing right here is my dog, Barnaby Jones. And you can find us, well, mainly me, right here on the In Your House channel, yo. Whether it's here jumping in with window lickers, or on the smoke sesh, you know, kind of whenever I get around to it, because I'm a pothead. I don't know. Don't judge me. Or on the Sunday house party, which is every Sunday at around 11 CPT time included, or contributed, or whatever. I don't know. But anyways, you can find me right here. You can also find me on a page called a Facebook page called the Kokomo Press. It's where local comedy and satire converge. We are community-based satire page that makes fun of our community, but also tries to do the most fun things. We've currently been having open mic nights at Cooper's Pub. You may have saw the commercial, you may see a commercial later on, but catch me on the Kokomo Press. My name's Hypocrisy Jones, and I can't talk. Yay!
Oh, we love him. That is Jones. And go check out everything he's doing, because I'm telling you right now, if you're a fan of me, you should be a fan of Hypocrisy Jones and the Kokomo Press, because they are doing some funny stuff. I thoroughly enjoy, and always check out their TikToks because they make me laugh. When you guys had Courtney doing her thing, giving advice, I was losing it. Like that got me so much with her.
Yeah, well, I mean, Courtney's WAP is a definitely a favorite. People love Courtney's WAP, except for Barnaby back there. He's not a huge fan of it, but yeah, if you check out the Kokomo Press, make sure to catch out Courtney's WAP, which is Whenever Advice and Perspective, a show that we produce on the Kokomo Press.
Yes, it's fantastic. I wanted to say that since I seen you and we were on here, and it just made me think of it. So Grun,
Yeah.
you got some friends in here. They already know where to find you, but why don't you tell everybody else where they can find the blue-eyed villain himself?
You can find the blue-eyed villain himself on Twitch at twitch.tv/Grunmeister. When I'm not streaming pro wrestling and not doing my SmackDown preview review show on Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern, you can find me playing games, playing Call of Duty, playing whatever I choose like playing. Elden Ring. Maybe I'll be playing the new Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 when it comes out later this year. Yeah, we'll see.
It's a possibility. Why don't you go out there and check them out? So that's where you can find Grun. Good fun friend of mine out there. He's doing some fun stuff, and I really enjoy jumping in when he's gaming, because it's just a fun time. His community's fun. He's fun. I've never heard some of the things you say to some of those people on there. I've never heard, but I love hearing.
One, I'm trying to avoid getting shadow banned by COD, because you know what? I don't know if I'm big enough or important enough, or if the lobbies I'm in are actually going to be people banning each other for saying things that are out of pocket. I'm like, you know what? Let me say stuff that I know is going to get a reaction out of them, or it's just going to be funny as hell to hear.
Well, I love all of it. It's a fun time. So go out there, friends. Go check him out. And we got some of the buddies jumping in here. Drunk Grun is a fun Grun on COD. It is.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
don't like the hangovers, and I don't like any kind of other kind of negative side effects of drinking too much. Okay,
yeah.
so look, alcohol is completely fine to drink, everyone. If you're over 21, if you're of legal age, wherever you are, but for the love of God, drink responsibly.
Very true. Bruzy, thank you for joining us, jumping in here. Fans, friends, Grun's friends, my friends, the window lickers, the in your house household. How are you doing? You just had another raw review from me and the blue-eyed villain Grunmeister over here. It was a great time. It was a fun talk. We had Hypocrisy Jones jump in with us, and he gave his Ah, just his nonsense, his silly goose of a time talking about Dominic being a victim. Okay, I'm not even going to relive it. You go back and check it out. And for me, you can catch me here every Monday night with Grunmeister at 7 p.m. right before Raw, and we get you ready. So therefore, jump in here, jump on Friday night, because that's when me and House get extreme, where we go to the ECW catalog and I pull up a match where hopefully House has not seen, and me and him get to watch cheese graters on a forehead. We get to watch thumbtacks on a back. Oh my God, it's on fire. They took him out. That's what we get to watch, and that's what we bring to you in a watch along. And we love it when you jump in and you talk all the violence with us. So jump in with us, and that's Friday at 6 p.m., where me and House get extreme. And always join us, everybody in the In Your House crew, for the Sunday house parties, where we get a little wild, we get a little wicked, and we talk all things wrestling and in your house, and pretty much anything you guys want to talk about. We had a really fun call-in show the last Sunday. We loved it. That's where we met Bruzy out there, and we would like to meet a lot more of you. So join us for those Sunday shows, and always, always keep those windows clean. And we love you, everybody. Thank you for spending some time with me and Grun and Hypocrisy Jones on this fantastic Monday. And we will catch you on the next one.
Do you like comedy? Have you ever done it? Have you ever thought about going up on stage and telling some of those jokes that your family and friends just love to hear? Well, now you have the opportunity. Every Thursday night, starting February 15th at Cooper's Pub, we are doing an open mic. The Kokomo Press is doing an open mic at Cooper's Pub in the downstairs comedy den. It's going to be awesome. It's going to start at 8 p.m. on Thursdays, February 15th. And we're going to be doing open mic with 10 to 15 spots for each comedian at 5 minutes a spot. Do not hesitate to sign up. Signups will be at 7:30 physically down there in the bar. Or if you want to, you can sign up early. All you have to do is message our page at the Kokomo Press. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have drinks and we're going to have food specials. And it's all a part of Cooper's Pub. You just go straight in, and instead of making a right, you make a left, you go downstairs, you make a left, and you're right down there in the comedy den. Myself and Brian Allen West are excited to see you, and we'll also have friends that you may know, like Jordan Bell, aka Hypocrisy Jones, Sean Dalrymple, a local comedian we love, and even Courtney Richardson. You're going to see us all out there. We're going to be having a blast. And again, it starts February 15th, but after that, it's every Thursday at 8 p.m. in the comedy den downstairs at Cooper's Pub. Hope to see you there.